Hi there. So after today, the New Year's holidays are officially over for me, which is really sad. But at least I can get one last stream before that happens. I almost turned the knob on my volume meter, but I recall that if I do that, the opening gets skipped for some reason. And today I will continue the story mode, but we'll have quite a bit of stuff to do first, outside of that mode. Oh, because of all these vocal things, this is actually the first game I ever streamed that we never upload a VOD to this to YouTube. It gets like copyright claim, which makes no difference for me because for one, I currently upload my VODs as private and my YouTube channels are not monetized in a way. But I wonder if it makes any difference if you start monetizing it. Anyway, the beginning of today's stream will be about Chronicle mode. Hi there, Crow. Welcome, haven't seen you in a while. So I played much of this mode before even starting to stream this game, and shortly before returning to streaming this year, I finished all of the... I mean, not all of the content, but I reached a point where the overarching plot of Chronicle mode finally gets some development. So I've been buzzed, that's fine. I did enjoy my holiday. I played a lot of play some online games with friends a lot, something I don't usually have the time to do after I started streaming. And I'm playing against that team that I just joined the Chronicle mode map. It's called Xanax Outside, isn't whatever this is about, it seems important because it has a different board and everything. And you have to beat everything that comes before it to unlock this match. Before I do that, I wanted to play the opening animation for Chronicle mode. It has a single animated cutscene. If I could remember where you go to play cutscenes, it's here. And this one is a bit long, but it's also like all that Chronicle mode has for a plot until you reach the point that I've stopped at. And if you don't know much about Inazuma 11, especially about Chronoson, this might be very confusing to you. I'm not sure how well this will convey the plot for someone who has like no clue what's going on beforehand.
きり。それにしてもこの私が B のようなガキ
And also, maybe after playing all that, I can notice something about this cutscene I haven't before.
若いけどしっかりしているって言われるし、心配はいらないよ。ワンダバこそ肩フルだから辛いと思うけど、頑張ってついてきてね。
なんだと
So you watched the anime?
最強のイレブンを探す旅。おじいちゃん、師匠、僕は絶対に来たい。
What season did you watch? Or was it all of them?
稲妻ビクトリーキャラバン発進。
Because I haven't watched all of the anime myself. I've played all the mainline games that have largely the same story. There's some differences, but mostly inconsequential ones. But I never watched the entirety of Ares and Orion, the last two seasons, which don't have a corresponding video game. I think I got like halfway through Ares when I tried to watch that one.
そうだ。なんでこんなことになってしまったのか。僕たちは今、前人未到の大冒険を始めた。そのわけは。
Anyway, with the context that is about to give, I was confused as to why they were being chased by like this, the time police, just a scene ago. Maybe a second watch can help me understand that.
このまま人類が滅びてしまったら、次の世界の人たちは信じてくれるのだろうか。だから、ここに記録を残す。
武力は通用しないのです。今の私たちに止める術はありません。奴らは一体何なのですか。
考えられるのは一つだけじゃ。君は二重スリット実験というものを聞いたことがあるかね。
I have actually.
この世界よりもさらに高次元の世界があるという証拠だ。奴らは我々より
But I don't remember this conclusion about it.
高次元人だ。コードネームマインドイーター。人間の存在を否定し消し去る力を持っている。まるでゲームをリセットするかのように。
That girl that got frozen on the right there kinda looks like Ume. She has a similar like face and outfit.
敵が何であろうと、僕は戦うべきだと思った。絶望して諦めたらそれで終わり。最後まで戦うんだ。マインドイーターに対抗する手段、それは心の力だとおじいちゃんは言う。世界の発展とともに人の生命力は落ちている。だから存在意義を問われ滅ぼされようとしているのだと。世界を救う道は一つしかない。その方法は
By playing football. Great ultimate catching close enough.
こうして僕たちは祖先が歩んできた激アツのクロニクルをめぐって究極決心を生み出せる最強のイレブンを集める旅に出たんだ。
Hi there, Knight. Welcome and Happy New Year to you as well. We are watching the one story cutscene that Chronicle mode has, because I'm about to play a bit of it. And in case you count that green-haired man in the previous cutscene there, that's an adult Feiruno.
あの の人がフェイさんも言っていた伝説の始まり、遠藤守。すごい人なんだよね。
まあこの
Yesterday I spent the whole stream just on story mode and I'll go back to that after I'm done with this.
まあいいや。じゃあ始めよう。マインドフュージョンをして遠藤守のヒストリーを体験する。
熱い思いを共有し、心の同調に成功すれば、その世界の歴史から仲間を。
Yeah, Fanboy just like his dad pretty much, and
正確には存在のエネルギー
you'll probably be able to recruit that form of in a future update whenever this mod gets completed. This feels like Yu-Gi-Oh! The main character kinda looks like he could be. In Yu-Gi-Oh! He doesn't look that much like an Inazuma 11 character. Which is weird to say because no character like he looks like an Inazuma 11 character, they're all completely different. Now, right after this cutscene you get the opening song, which Chronicle Mode has one of its songs, so let's play that as well. Oh yeah, just recently, like at best a couple weeks ago, the Pistons and Bantatus posted a new album to Spotify, which has all the songs they made for Victory Road, including this one. It's probably on YouTube as well. American Student Series, we could get to literal dinosaurs. She is, that's Chronostone. They are not actually playable in just Miximax targets. They were in the Chronostone game, but in Galaxy that came out after that, you could actually recruit the dinosaurs and use them as characters. You can do that in this game as well, by the way. But I don't think I got any of them yet. And I missed a chat message. Sorry, you have to sing the song. I'm not great at that. Sorry. The artist who made my overlay, which you're seeing all around the screen now, actually also makes karaoke specific overlays for VTubers, but I wasn't planning to ever do that, so I did not order one. Also, in that final shot with a bunch of characters, where is my cursor? Endo Haru was up there, did you see him? Sorry, but I really don't think you would actually want to hear me singing. I mean, trying to sing, I can't do it. So now I wanted to go over my updated team, and then I actually want to play like a warm-up match against a different team I've beaten before going to Xanax Outsiders, which is the important thing now. My starter lineup of players is the same as last time, hasn't changed. Their movesets have all changed at least a bit, though. The Orion guy was there too. That's Ichihoshi, the one with the blue hair. Funny enough, he's not in the game yet. He'll be added in an update later this month, I think. Actually, never mind. It's not this month because this month, unless there's a delay, will be the Ares update, and he's from Orion. That's later. Anyway, every member here has now has at least one hyper move. Before only like 3 of them had. This took a lot of grinding to get. I wanted to highlight Virgo because she now has a very powerful and very cool looking shooting skill, but there is a problem with this one where it has a chance of the animation not playing out the right way. If that happens, I'll point out why it's happening. I have a new coach who happens to be a Joan of Arc. She is, according to the description, a shy, unassuming girl who will one day go on to be the savior of France, in case I had to tell you. If you place her as a coach, she actually uses her suit of armor, which is pretty cool. And another new thing is that my team now has actual reserves. Previously, I only filled the slots with players I needed to drop certain items. Now all these are at least partly developed to actually be usable on the pitch. Feels like Fate, yeah, whoever came up with the plot for Chronos Stone was a huge Fate fan. And yes, you can remove Joan of Arc from this slot and use her as a player if you want. Now to go over these newcomers. Iko Nishikori is an aspiring singer whose ambitions crosses borders, nay continents. She is a forward. I also let her inherit the God knows Hisatsu that my avatar previously had. Path of Chocho came out in the Galaxy update, and she's actually, also just to quickly show Iko's model, she's really cute. This one is an actual bug girl in the Mufflings, though she's more of a butterfly. And she's just emerged from her chrysalis. She's in her prime and her abilities have skyrocketed. Everyone's favorite Fate Stay Night girl who likes burgers is seeing this, I imagine. If Joan of Arc is. And the one that likes burgers, we mean Saber. And I actually don't know which like historical figure she's based on, just from her name. Next, Yuki. By the way, Chocho is a midfielder. Yuki Kosaka is a defender, grew up with Mahoro and Damagi, that's two important characters from Go. They used to play trio-side. Ikumi Tomonaga is a defender as well. She does her homework before she goes to school, so she's free after class. And I keep forgetting to show what they look like in their models. Her hair looks a bit like a sakura flower, I mean this one. Yeah, I think it's made to look like butterfly wings, but a flower also works. Leader of the round table, so it's King Arthur. He is in this game, but he's a man in this one. Although if you look down here in the support characters, Zhou Liang, who I think also called Kong Ming, is in Chronos and is made into a woman. And finally, my reserve goalkeeper is called Kyohisho, always followed by Fluorescent. This lady is the subject of many rumors. Very cool, I found a moth girl. I think she's based on a butterfly because first I think Pataf is supposed to sound like a butterfly and her surname is Chocho and the Cho in Japanese also means butterfly. There actually is a moth girl. I don't think I got her, but I didn't like her design that much because she does have the wing hair like Chocho does. But this is the tab with the Galaxy characters and they are very weird and black, as you can see. By the way, we also have the Yokai Watch protagonists. That's the boy and the girl is over here. Oh yeah, one more thing, I changed my team's emblem. And this was so difficult to get because I needed to find out which match in Chronicle mode drops this emblem and like there's no official guide to where to find them. And I couldn't find any resources on the internet, so I just spent yesterday just playing a bunch of matches trying to drop this. I could not for the life of me find the Florida assembly and I was ready to give up. But then I tried looking it up again on the web and I finally found an Excel spreadsheet with every... what you can drop from every matching Chronicle mode. But I really wanted to have this one. Whoops, wrong mod. Now I said I wanted to play a warm-up match first, so let's do that. Also in this different mode called competition mode. It has the same things as Chronicle mode has, but they're all slightly stronger in this one. And since I have beaten the Inazuma 11 3 route now, we could actually play a match against my country, which is down here. Oops, went too far. Let's see, Brazil is level 88, which is actually slightly higher than Sunark's Outsiders. They're like, I think, level 86. Does that mean they're more difficult to beat? We can find out now. No changes, as this is the Brazilian national team from the international tournament arc. And you just said that's your country. That's right. I'm what you would call a Japanese Brazilian, because I was born in Brazil and I have a Japanese ancestry. This is the first game I streamed that has Brazil on it, so it just never came up. It's gonna be a one-shot. Alright, I forgot to comment that the Galaxy patch improved the AI in these more difficult matches a little bit. But I don't think it was enough yet. The stats on the opponents need some working. I actually wanted to give that shot to someone, but now my team has full movesets by now. Virgo does not have enough to P to use her new shot, so go for a normal one. Now she can do it. Let's see if the animation will play out right. I hope it does. It did not. But this is the Galaxy, and the problem with this one is that Yuki and Tomaka's roles were switching that animation. Tomaka is the one that's supposed to be in front of the goal punching the ground, and Yuki with Virgo helping her kick the ball. But the game will like randomly switch them around in the animation. There's no way to like force it to play a certain way. Only way to make CPU opponents difficult until we get ones who can think of their own is to give them handicaps. I did see people suggesting that like they could give the CPU opponents infinite TP and such. which could help, but it's a bit of a duct tape solution. It's not a bug, it's just the weird way that the game lets you set like what partners you want whenever a player does Hisatsu that has 2 or 3 people. You can set the partners, so I set Yuki and Tomoka for Virgo, but you cannot set who's gonna do what. The game just chooses at random. It's even weirder because in past games you could like specify who's gonna play which role. But not in this one. And I realize I'm about to get a 4-0 lead, in which case I think the match ends early. Yuki has Muff Armor. Is that like having plot armor, or is that you're referring to a Hisatsu? Okay, not. I think I'll not score a goal now, so the match can go on for a bit longer. I could use some other Hisatsu in the meantime. Yes, it's strange, because when I faced the same thing in Chronicle mode, it actually felt a bit harder than this, at least the AI did. Maybe the AI in competition mode is worse. Oh, the avatar thinks that can turn into armor. That's in this game. I'm not sure if the one for White Queen, that's the caching I gave in, is in. But you can't have the two in the same slot, like the caching and the armor fighting. They are considered separate moves in this game. So because I had a 3-0 lead, the game starts the second half already with 15 minutes on the clock. Also, that move is not like nearly as powerful. In this game, it does not give you infinite tension. Oh, no tension for another shot. Also, now that we are here, I can tell you about a thing that happened to me way back during the 2014 World Cup. Way back when I was going to school in Brazil. So one time during recess, this group of kids I never spoke to before suddenly like accosted me. They looked very angry for some reason. Then one of them asks me like, what team are you rooting for in the World Cup? I replied Brazil and they left me alone. Then later I realized that those kids were like ready to beat me up if I answered Japan to their question, and they expected me to because of my ethnicity. I am Japanese Brazilian, in case you're just tuning in for contest. So that was pretty funny looking back.
ゴールに迫っていく。さあどうだ。バイカをこれはキャッチ。攻めろ。任せろ。おいしい。うまく止めました。ここで試合終了。
Oh, I couldn't get one last shot in. But it's still very easy. This is not a model for the match that's about to come on.
勝利で幕を閉じました。日頃の練習がしっかりと発揮された試合でしたね。はい、連携が光る見事なプレイングでした。
I'm glad nothing happened to you, but I hate people like that. Well, they were kids, but to be fair to what you're saying, there are adults who do exactly the same thing. And now to Chronicle mode. There was like a cutscene before you unlock this match, and but no way to replay it. I did take a single screenshot of it, which I'll try to retrieve now. Did you get to meet Terragrand? I did not. I did get a few new characters. I also made a mistake when the new Zodiac banner came out to the horse ground, where I spent my free post before the banner started rather than after in the same day, because I misread like when it was gonna expire. Fine. So here's the one screenshot I took of the cutscene that precedes this match. Now I have to try and remember what it was about. So the hologram of this old woman who looks quite conspicuous like Kinako, whose face modern she's supposed to be like dead after he was born, so it is very strange. But she explains that like things are worse in the future with the Mind Eater and such, they have to hurry up. And then you unlock this match, which is supposedly like a anomaly in time and space. Has a single difficulty. Don't need to change anything in my team. This one's called the Xanax Outsiders.
ここは突如行く手に現れたスタジアム。何かの意味があるのか。
まさかマインドイーターの仕業とか。
我々の最強イレブン探しを邪魔するつもりなんだな。
それはやばいね。
Go by car, gonna race or play football?
貴様はザナーか。
知り合いなの？
なあ、俺たちはフレンド。
Again, if you have not watched or played Chronoson, this must be very confusing to you.
それは腐れ縁だろうと突っ込みたくなるところだが、その手には乗らん。何の用だ。まさか我々の邪魔をするつもりか。
ああ、その通りだ。この名もなき小市民のザナーク様は権力の
I'm also confused because by the end of Chronoson, Zonak is like a good guy, at least he's part of the main team. So he's evil again as a grown-up.
貴様、人間でありながらマインドイーターに下るなど、この恥さらしが。
恥さらし
そう言うと思ったぜ。だが俺は俺の中のトレンドに従って動いている。誰にも俺に指図させねえ。聞きたいか？聞きたいよな、俺のトレンド。
別に聞きたくは。
ここは長くなるこじらせるな B。 聞かせてもらおう。
そう言うと思ったぜ。では俺の最近のトレンド教えてやろう。それは忖度。
なんだと？
長いものには巻かれろ、短いものは一口で食えって
Go along with the bad guys and gob on the little ones. Oh, that's the way.
貴様、マインドイーターの暴力の前に屈したというのか。
I thought it was like more of a
何とで
rebel.
も言うがいい。とにかくお前たちの旅はここで終わりだ。では俺様のチームを紹介しよう。
But it looks like he's done the same thing you do throughout the mode. He's gone back in time and exactly made his own team from characters from many different seasons.
気づいたよな。俺様がグレートマックスな監督になったってこと。今回はチームを指揮してお前たちを倒すぜ。
B、 こちらもクロニクルチームで対抗するぞ。
わかった。
87, did it not say 86 in the UI before? Oh, I have a super tactic. This usually there's normally only I think in multiplayer matches. Also, the reason we just saw Zanark like twice there is because adult Zanark is the coach, but his younger self is the captain of the team, just screwing off the timeline. Oh, there's gonna be 200 roasts tomorrow, so I'd better not forget to check in. I want to get to meet Terra now, but there will be plenty more chances. At least it's faster than one shot, but he would have used a Hisatsu there. Yeah, and if you want to cause a paradox, nothing like stops you from using multiple versions of the same character in your team. In case you, in fact, you can have multiple copies of the exact same character. The game doesn't stop you from like having dupes. They're playing at least like more aggressively than Brazil did. Now this dual Hisatsu from Meiya is actually bugged because she's supposed to lead with Weiser, that's the other midfielder. She never does for some reason. Plasma Shadow Shooter. Hey, fun. My team has like a sort of revenge mechanic where if my opponent gets a foul on me, my bond meter, which you saw last time, it jumps up to the maximum value. So my next try to be a lot more powerful. Oh yeah, actually one thing I did not think it would was because of elemental advantage. Quadruple Giga, which enemies? That's ouch. I wonder if this version of this arm has a hyper move. He hasn't shown one yet. Speaking of hyper moves. And now I'd like to get a couple of my reserves involved. And so does Zark, apparently. And I think we're about to hear a new vocal team. Yeah, that's called a Miximax. It's a bit like a Dragon Ball Fusion, except you don't actually fuse with the other person, just like absorb their aura. And that's between Kiryu and Joan Fark. You have Joan as a coach and can Miximax. So in this game, like being able to Miximax has nothing to do with which characters you have or don't have in your team. So only a few characters who have a canonical Miximax can do it in this game, like you can't give it to anybody. And this version of Kiryu learns the one with Joan Fark, he like can't do it with anybody else. But you don't need to have Joan Fark the character to do it. Just works like any other hyper move. Ouch. Let's see if I can use Yuki's Kashi one more time. But I think you need a bit more attention to use the shooting Hisatsu. Mas até Yaro desarmou. So the reason why their skin tone and their hair set for desarms matches up with Sunark's is because essentially they're all mixed max with Sunark, so they all have his aura. I can also try to go for the Galaxy again and hope the animation plays out right this time. Oh, they intercepted it. Mas Nobunaga going this too. Nobunaga is aim in this one. Was this the special we thought Meina would have? Nighty night. Well, what can I say? I was hoping for more on one hand, but on the other I knew that the game was not suddenly gonna get like way more difficult. You can drop their players, which I think is the only way to get them, like by farming this match, because they are not in the gacha.
Zanak! 本当の目的は何だ？
そう言うと思ったぜ。知りたいか？知りたいよな。俺様の目的。
So you said before that if you play this, you want to disarm as your goalkeeper. Will you rather have the original one or this version of him? They probably have like different movesets. Uninstall bomb.
これが爆発すれば、俺はこの世界からアンインストールされ、奴らに利用される空き容量に変わる。
なんと、そんなことが。
そして、俺がここに来た理由は、俺の存在を奴らに奪わせないためだ。俺が爆発したら、キャラバンにスピリットドレインさせ、俺とお前たちの役に立つ。
なんということだ。
So in some very roundabout way, he was still a good guy, just
僕たちの世界にいる全員が
pretending to be a villain.
ああ、それぞれ残り時間の設定は違うが、世界中の人間を順次デリートしていくつもりらしい。
なんということだ。
じゃあそろそろお別れのようだ。ああ、それと俺が集めた11も仲間にしてやってくれ。
Take my 11 with you, they're yours now. Do I get like all of them?
んじゃあな。レートマックスの俺。
This might be the very first canonical death we see happening in Inazuma Eleven, which is weird in a way for a sports anime, but what a context for it to happen in. This was the closest that Chronicle Mode had to a final boss up until this point. Like I said, the mode is not completed yet. It still needs to do the things from Ares and Dorayu, and after that I assume you get to the real finale of the mode. Also, Yasunori Mitsu is still credited as the composer, which for some reason I thought they had changed the composer in this entry in Victory Road. Mitsuda was in this series since the beginning, and he's the composer for Chrono Trigger. I think I'm skipping this, but I was wondering if it's gonna like show anything new. It does look cool. The red eyes do match his color scheme, also that's Feirun. Still prefer the original one. Now, since this game does not stop you from having any kind of dupes, you could just have both. But this is a question you grapple with whenever you want a character that has multiple versions, like which are you going to use? And I know now that all the characters are listed with their dub names, despite me using the undubbed toggle. I think this will like pan out to show the Mind Eater. It looks like a human torso. Yeah, assuming the rest of it is just previous footage, so I just skip it. Hope I not like miss anything big right at the end of the credits.
消されたってこと？なんて恐ろしい相手なんだ。あれ？ワンダバ？どこへ行ったの？
B、
あ、おじいちゃん。
B、 スピリットの収集は進んでいるか？
うん、なかなか順調だと思う。
そうか。だが急ぐのだ。 こちらではマインドイーターの本格的な侵食が始まる。奴らは歯向かう者にアンインストールボムというタイマーで存在を消す
In whatever it is,
呪いを
gets a
かけ
non-install bomb that wipes you out of the existence itself.
今こうしている間にも人が次々と消されている。フェイが部隊を率いて食い止めてはいるが長くは持つまい。
最強イレブン探し急がないと。
ん
How hard of a blowout that match just was, I think we've already found them.
行方不明で。
まあいい。それよりもう一つ気がかりなことがある。時間管理局がお前たちを狙っているようだ。
ああ、最初に追いかけられたあれか。
Yeah, what about these guys? Why is the police, the time police trying to stop you from
のんきに違法トラベラーを取り締まっている場合なのかな。
stopping the apocalypse
もしかす
exactly?
ると時間管理局もすでにマインドイーターの手に落ちたのかも。
時間管理局はすでにマインドイーターの手先。可能性はゼロではない。その件はわしが調査しておく。B たちはこのままクロニクルルートを先に進んでくれ。
わかったよ、おじいちゃん。
I think this space because after that last update, I'm going to lock one more route now.
トイレにしては長いな。で、ロボットもトイレに行くんだっけ？
Wonder about it's nowhere to be found. Oh, it's gonna be a plot point. That's the road for the Galaxy season, which I will play off stream at some point. And I don't unlock this, which these are supposed to be matches from the one of the movies. I guess I have to clear off the Galaxy route first. So that's gonna be some work for my off-stream stuff. Like, I really hope they add some difficulty option at some point or another. Because otherwise it just feels like a chore getting through all these matches. And I hope I'll have other reasons to use my team in this stream in the future, because I'm really fond of it. But now it's back to a completely different story. When we left off here, I was about to do the interviews with the 15 candidates for join the team, so I can round it off to 11 players. And I forgot what else I was gonna say. But yeah, we'll be introduced to them now, but only after I take a short break. And I'll see you in a moment. Hi there. Let's get this interviews rolling.
サッカー面接バトル C グループ始めようぜ。じゃあサッカー部に入れるかどうか。
It's just like that. I thought there will be a cutscene introducing everybody or something. You'll just get right into the minigame. Because in the trailers you had like a little cinematic shot of each character, but seems like it gets skipped in the actual game.
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
イエーイ。サッカー部には私の進むべき道があるような気がして。
Was this girl even called? Did they mention it?
何
Oh, it's Nanami Koteuchi.
そんなところかな。
どうした来いよ。
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
一本。未来ね。私今を懸命に生きるタイプだからよくわかんないよ。
The future, I live hard in the moment. And none of these people know that their future is literally getting like blown up with time-space bombs.
僕のメタルの価値、君の目で見極めてほしいんだ。
Anyway, now we reach the part
入りたいんですか？
that's about why I said that I haven't heard good things about this part of the story. What we just did with Nanami there, we're gonna have to do 14 more times over. One for each candidate. It's the exact same minigame every time.
あなたの特技は何ですか？
こう見えてもフィジカルには自信があるんだ。
隙はないぜ。
He does, I think, because he's supposed to be based on Astro Boy.
どんなサッカーがありますか？
Just that his physique does not check out.
僕にとってサッカーがどれくらいの価値を持つのかまだわからないな。僕というメタルを輝かせることができるかは君次第だよ。
俺の突進を見せてやるぜ。
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
そうだ。何？俺の突進が役に立つと思ったからだ。
Is that Karuzu? The hair kinda looks like his. Oh, since we're going to be doing this for a while, I can get again to the
あなたの特技は
whole part of all these selectable characters.
そうだ。
So 10 of these 15, and it used to be only the 10, are all voiced by different Japanese influencers.
どうした？
And because they like only make content and work in Japanese, there's a very small chance that you'll know any of them.
そうだ。
But just in case I did screenshot their list in from the website, I just have to
突進あるのみ。
put the image on the stream.
俺に向かって突進してこい。がっちり受け止めてやる。
There you have them. They're like some are singers, some are YouTubers, and some are VTubers. Also ignore the terrifying localized names there. There's no option to use the undub names in the English website.
いいぞ。サッカー部が起こすイリュージョンをもっと近くで見たくてね。
Also, he said I had to see your close illusions up close. The image is on the way.
ビビってんのか？
あなたの特技は何ですか？
いいぞ。
何？
すべてのものをイリュージョンに引き込むことさ。
And also, as I said before, this idea ended up being kind of a
あなたの
flop.
未来には
He looks like
どんなサッカーがありますか？
No, I think it's supposed to be like a wolf or a fox or
それは
both.
僕が君に聞きたいことさ。君のイリュージョンを最高にするためには僕が必要じゃないのかな。
Yeah, the hair also works for now.
天天クローバル
It does look reminded me a little bit of the Opsis as well. So the reception to this was not very positive. That's why they added 5 more characters who are not voiced by influencers.
マイル実に演じるは極めるに値せずよって新たな舞台を探すものなり
I think that because this kind of collaboration sees more success in like Western games, they were expecting this to be a big hit. among their Japanese audience because like they're all Japan only influencers, so this was already not going to do anything for the international audience. But then even among their Japanese audience, this was not really successful.
先駆け。あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
And I'll make you play the same minigame 15 times over like this with no substantial change, except for different flavor text, is a very strange game design choice. I can only imagine that the developers thought you would be so starstruck by the presence of all these influences that you would not mind going over them one by one like that. When you think about it, it's like a virtual meet and greet. That's not what I actually think. I'm just trying to get into the heads of the developers who thought this was okay to have.
思想と技術の両方をチェックできる。
俺に問題を出そうというのかい？
Hi there, Alexis. Welcome. Also, I don't recall how long that effect lasts, but for some time this chat is gonna be emotes only.
今のステージではもう問題を解き尽くしてしまったのでね。
But it's not like there's going to be a lot going on plot-wise for the next few minutes anyway. Yeah, but you can still type in text, so does it not apply to the person who redeemed it, or is following the effect only optional? It does not actually stop you from typing text in the chat? I don't actually know.
俺の未来にサッカーはない。次の難題に向かっているだろうからね。君が正解を選んだ。
And I have not been able to tune into your live stream in a while, so how have you been doing? Also, Happy New Year.
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
ちょろ。あんたにロックを感じたからだ。
Because I saw some rocking out, that's why I was about to know that she is a like rocky music girl. She would be the main character, not main character, I guess a side supporting role in a high school band anime. Small frame loud volume.
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
俺の未来はロックしかねえ。サッカーが俺について
You just got one thing rocks, so football better keep up. Actually, Future's got the Mind Eaters and the Apocalypse, but I guess you don't need to know that.
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
行きます。やりました。逆境から這い上がっていくサッカー部の姿に感銘を受けました。
あなたの特技は何ですか？
やりました。私の特技は人をサポートすること。リーダーを任されることが多いです。
I see about that it had something written in it. I think it was that Yagi handed over in that cutscene.
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
行きます。やりました。サッカーはきっと未来でも子供たちの元気の源であるはずです。私を選んでくださればきっと
力になれると思います。
俺という山に登ろうっていうのかい？
And as I remember, we'll only be able to pick 5 of all these characters.
やるよ。
And the previous cutscene points out that why can't you recruit more so we can have reserve players?
感動したんだ。
They only gives a very half-baked excuse about it being too difficult to manage more people like that.
いつでもいいんだが。
やるよ。
Never mind that
あなたの特技は何ですか？
as we only get 11 players, if a single one of our players gets injured and cannot play football, we are screwed because we have no reserves.
地道に前進ってとこかな。やるよ。
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
走る。ヤッホー。登っていけたらいいですね。未来に向かってずっと。君たちのサッカーの頂を目指す旅、俺も仲間に入れてほしいんだ。
His hair looks like a match ice cream. It actually does the same tone of green.
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
待って何？俺と同じくらいサッカー部がイケてるってことだ。
The closest as you are. Wish they at least like escalate the speed or the difficulty for each minigame that you do here.
あらゆるものにな。
いつでもいいんだが。
来るぜ。
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
ウェイ！おっしゃー！サッカーという波の上でも俺は輝いていると思うぜ。俺を選べば。
Also, the Galaxy update added a new game plus option to the story mode, and I wonder how many people are gonna be willing to go through this again, since you cannot skip it like you can a cutscene.
個性的な者たちばかりだが、しっかりと見抜かないといけないよ。
You can't individually speak to any of them.
サッカー面接バトル
There's one more
A グル
group
ープ
left.
始めますか？サッカー部への入部のためのサッカー面接バトルを始めます。
サッカーでの対話、スポコン風だけど思想と技術の両方をチェックできる。
どすこい。俺もサッカーっていう土俵に上がってみたくなってな。
隙はないぜ。
行くぜ。
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
来い来い来い。うっしゃ。今の土俵が狭く感じてな。もっとでっかい土俵を探してんだ。
My ring feels too small, I need a bigger one.
行くぜ。
あなたの特技は何ですか？
来い来い来い。
Alright, some of these characters are
それは推しの強さだ。
already in different sports. This one's motivation must be similar to Raika's for joining the club.
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
うっしゃ。何？先のことなどわからんが、常に俺が勝者ってことだぜ。今この学校で最もサッカー部に近い相撲部、幕下テルだ。覚えとけよ。
私の気品をお見せしますわ。
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
This one gives me pause because her hair color is just
サッカー部には私が必要。それだけのことですわ。
doesn't like exactly matches up with my hair color. It's like this same shade of gray on her. She looks like she could be my avatar's cousin or something.
あなたの特技は何ですか？
美しさを見抜き、その価値を高めることができますわ。
いつでもいいんだが。
Can recognize built-in elevate what it's worth sounds nice to me.
サッカーの気品があるのなら、私からの寵愛を受けられますわ。気品ある判断をお願いしますね。
I trust you make a just befitting your refinement.
あなたこそ私が追い求めたご主人様。私の忠誠心しかと見届けてください。
Now, this one is one of the characters that's voiced by a professional voice actor. And he actually shares his voice with my favorite character from this series, which is Karia, the green-haired boy in my team, if you remember him. And that could be grounds to choosing for my team this story mode, but I think if I do that, I'll just be constantly reminded that he is not Karia.
あなたの特技は何ですか？
脱帽です。何？あなたと同じく人を欺き、新しき流れを作ることにございます。
Yes, Fraglips, I saw quite a few people compared to the Joker.
どんなサッカーがありますか？
はいや。脱帽です。それを聞いても本当のことを語るとは限りませんよ。私の運命はあなたに委ねられました。
Mania left just 2, I think.
あなたの心の向くままに。
オラの握り飯がどこまでやれるか見届けてほしかとよ。
なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
今とよ。運命さんの後ろにでっかくなっていく。
A big red spot behind me, where? Didn't see anything.
あなたの特技は何ですか？
何？
生まれつき運が良かとよ。サッカー部の運気を上げるとよ。
It's good, I agree. She looks like a... I will say that I'm Matryoshika. I had the same thought, but I could not remember what that doll was called. So I couldn't comment on that.
オラと一緒にでっかい握り飯をこしらえていかんね。僕の読みではこの僕を使わない手はありえないけど。
That's the last one. It's our obligatory little guy.
よく見て。なぜサッカー部に入りたいんですか？
ここにいい手だね。僕の新しいマトリックスを探してる。
どうした？来いよ。
よく見て。
あなたの特技は何ですか？
ここにできたね。なんて先まで読めるかってことかな。
Kurosaki is really getting scolded by all these amateurs one after the other. It's not a good day for him.
あなたの未来にはどんなサッカーがありますか？
ここにできたね。未来に定石などない。君が先の手を見る力を重視するなら僕は外さないと思う。
無事面接を終えられた。さて誰を選ぶか。
いやー
And it's finally done. How long was that?
15人相手はさすがに疲れたぜ。
You tell me.
いい運動になったんじゃないですか。
ねぎらえよ。
それで部長、気に入ったのはいたかな？
俺も好きに点数つけさせてもらったが、本当に合ってんのか不安だ
For
ぜ。
them, based on what you like, we actually get to
いい
see
んで
that.
すよ。あくまでも主観の評価で。
結局は君の考えるチーム作りには誰がベストなのか、それで決めるのが良さそうだね。
Also, look at how comically large these soccer boots look when you equip them with the characters' normal
最
shoes.
終的には運命くんが判断してもらえれば。
しかし15人から5人って全員を入部させてみてからってのも良さそうだがな。
それはできません。
Why not, Tome?
ギリギリの11人で固定戦術を作る。短期間に強くなるには。
Locking a fixed strategy with 11 flares is the only way to get stronger quickly.
部長、入部させる5人を決めたら声をかけてくれ。
Love how you need to like completely disregard the chance that any one of them won't be able to play a match for one reason or another. To not have any like substitutes. Well, Yuna is the manager. If we need one more player, maybe she can step in.
面接で15人の個性は分かった。ここで決めてしまうか。もう一度話を聞きに行ってみるか。
Talk to them again. Player is not selected now, will be unavailable until after you complete the game. We cannot like zoom in this image. But the gist of it is that Kisoji gives everybody like at least an 8. Usually a 10. Sakurazaki won't give anybody a score above a 7. Same with Yuino. And nobody's gotten... Actually, only he got the only 4 score in the entire thing, the lowest one. So you can pick all of them now, but looks like you can speak to them again. Might as well do that. Oh, now it's the cutscenes.
上品さに欠けるサッカー部には私が必要ではないかしら。
No, what? I agree. This, I think, is a no-brainer for me.
一つ味わってみるか。俺の突進を止められるやつなどいない。
I wonder why this couldn't be the interviews, like you go to each one and they tell what they just said in the minigame before. I think it would have flowed a lot better.
君のメタルを輝かせるためには僕とぶつかり合うことが必要なんだ。迷うことなどない。なぜなら僕には見えるんですよね。未来のマトリックスが。
Where was the next one? Up there. Also, what about you? You were just like playing against the strongest villain thing in history just now, so why can't you be an option here? Did I miss somebody up there, but I can go back later.
まずは一歩気楽に行こう。俺は上に向かって歩いていくのが大好きなんだ。一緒に上を目指そうよ。
Can you see their positions? I think you can't. Like, who's a midfielder, defender, and such. You cannot see it, which is very strange. But you have to consider like your team's balance when you're picking between these characters. Apparently they want you to disregard that. What's it?
誰を選べば得なのかわかるよね。君に出された簡
Who offers the greatest advantage? And everybody that's left is clustered down there. Oh yeah, he does look like he could be in Pokemon. And that reminds me of chatting from Gen 5 now that I think about it.
嘘の中にも真実は見えてくる。互いに試し試される。それが人。
おまんの後ろに幸運の握り飯発見。
Where?
オラには不思議な力があってな。運命さんのボールもオラには見えるとよ。
This mystery of power. I see the ball you kick clear as day. I don't think that's a power.
ものは考えよう。苦労は成長の種ですよ。一生懸命な人を助けることが好きなんです。でも今回は選手としてやってみたいです。
You're not a candidate. I just want whatever you're giving.
君はすでに僕のエリア内だ。君はすでに僕のエリア内だ。
You were right about that, Kira. Now I cannot unsee the owl in his design when he's supposed to be like a wolf.
私という剣を試してみたくはない？剣の道はあらゆる心の道。私という剣を試してみたくはない？
She's like from the Kendo Club and her eyes are actually sliced in half, which is a nice touch. They look very unique. Oh, there's gonna be more inside the school. We'll have to head there later.
調子こいてなんぼじゃい。まくってくぜ。どすこいどすこい。相撲部の幕下だ。サッカーでも横綱を目指すぜ。
So that one is pretty much the same thing as Soreka, just with sumo wrestling. I think I already mentioned this, but you really can like tell everybody apart from the design of their eyes alone in this series. Nobody on this floor. I think everybody's on the... Or are they at the rooftop?
俺に近づくなんてやけど覚悟ってことだな。俺のロックに興味があるってことならたっぷり聞かせてやるぜ。
Right.
まあな。
君という海でビッグウェーブに乗りたいんだ。
Mecana is your favorite founders. I think she was the favorite of most people after she got revealed.
というやつもいるが、俺は常に有言実行なんだぜ。
今日は京都て春うらら。今日は京都て春うらら。君はなぜ僕というせせらぎに耳を傾けるんだい？今日は京都
I really like his voice, and I think he's from like a kabuki club, which makes him remind me a lot from a visual novel protagonist I really like. I actually talked about him before here. Didn't he just say Haru Urara?
今日は京都て春うらら。君はなぜ僕というせせらぎに耳を傾けるんだい？
That was solved, and so no more beating around the bush. I have to choose. So I actually knew who I was going to pick before I even started streaming the story mode. Koromaru Benten. This was a no-brainer, so was Himana Imasato, who the game deselected for some reason. Now the rest are not as like straightforward to me. I had to think a bit. Next I want Mirika Odo and Ginro Ayashino. And I did not know who to pick for the last slot, so I decided to do like a voice actor. I forgot what's the word in English. But I thought I'd just look up who voices each character and pick the last one based on that. So for the last one I'm gonna want Musubi Fukura. Now, her voice actress is not an influencer. She's one of the only slots voiced by a professional VA. The one who does her voice also voices a character in Arknights I really like. And do you wanna try to take a guess on who that is without looking it up? What Arknight's character shares her voice with this character? In the meantime, I can like think if I'm gonna change my decision. It's my last chance to reconsider. The game won't tell you about their like football positions, so they really just want you to pick whoever you like the most, as in their designs. You can't tell, she's Fiametta. And yes, I was very surprised, like sounds nothing like her. Which says a lot about her voice actress, like range of voice. She also voices Ruki from the Digimon Tamers anime, and Chun-Li from Street Fighter, all the same person. Speaking of Arknight's voices, Mikana Hoshi has the same voice actress as Frost Nova in the anime. So if you wanted, you could have Frost Nova and Fiametta in your team in a roundabout way. Yeah, am I swapping out anybody? It's I didn't realize how paralyzing this would be until it was my turn to make this decision. I was thinking of swapping somebody out for Mikana who... I don't even like rocky music, just that she's cute and I like that she has like peach colored hair. You would have picked Flame Rock and the Kendo Girl, I see. She's built a loyal following, especially among the girls. Yeah, this isn't really like the be a window for your thing anyway. At some point you will be able to recruit to more characters. I'm just thinking of swapping out to Gino for Mikana. Should I like flip back coin to see if I do it? Alright, could look up their positions because I think all of them except for Kuromaru are all midfielders and Kuromaru is a defender because I've seen them like in gameplay before. I think Mikano is a defender and I can go confirm that. Never mind, she's a midfielder. She is, but she learns a defensive Hisasu. I think Ginryu does not. Let me check that on the wiki. He does, but say less powerful one. Know what? I'm doing it. No more going back, I press the button.
皆さんには新設サッカー部に入部してもらうことになりました。よろしくお願いします。
ふくらむすび、運命さんの勢いに惚れたとよ。これからは身を粉にして働くけね。
Said to bring happiness wherever she goes, she's a thing's calm, fearless, spiritual anchor. 8th grader.
よろしく。
Future rock out with speed to burn, she plays loud, fast, and totally unfiltered.
今里ひまなです。サッカー部にも気品を取り入れていきたいですわ。
He's all grace and poisoned outside, but underneath nothing but real
ま
effort.
ばたきらめく星々に僕という輝きが一つ加わることになるんだね。
Oh, he has that mouth shape on this one. And he's a 7th grader, so younger than the two previous ones. Born to Kabuki and raised on drama, he charges into every match like he's living out a role like possessed.
武道ミリカです。力不足かもしれませんが、少しでもサッカー部の皆様のお役に立てればと思っています。
She breezes through new stuff like it's deja vu, that's why they call her second playthrough America.
これからよろしくお願いします。
You know, I'm not feeling this one that much now that I've chosen her. I could have replaced her as well, but maybe she wins me over later.
このチームの最初のミッションはフットボールフロンティア1回戦突破です。まだチームにはまとまって活動できる練習場がないため、いくつかこちらで指定した場所でやっていただくことになります。
We are not done with
チ
the
ーム戦
minigames,
術の
are
練
we?
習方法はメッセージに添付したファイルを見てください。
これはなんともびっくり仰天。嘘。
朝からびっくらこいたとよ。
It's this Nagmohara. Did they make a football pitch
昨日の
overnight?
夜野球部のメンバーに手伝ってもらって以前のサッカーコートを再現した。
The baseball club helped you, plus a contractor too.
さすが政治家の御曹
His dad's a politician.
今日から早速チーム練習に使えるぜ。
柳生先輩、助かります。
何？少しでもサッカーを侮辱し続けてきた罪滅ぼしになればいいがな。
ありがとうございます。フットボールフロンティアに向けて今日から練習だ。チームのメンバーのコンディションをチェックしておこう。
Oh, again, we just did this going around and talking to everybody a bit.
千の会長は言ったことは曲げない。サッカー部が正式に部として認められるためには1回戦の勝利が絶対条件だ。
俺にまた近づいてくるなんてなかなかの度胸じゃないか。
特訓できる場所も増えたし、万全のコンディションで初戦に挑みたいところだな。
俺にまた近づいてくるなんてなかなかの度胸じゃないか。
Oh, I was thinking she would be nicer after you recruited her, but she's back to being rude again. Maybe I should have picked somebody else.
窓から差し込む朝の光。チームにとってそんな存在でありたい。
お疲れ様です。私なんかまで気にしてくださるなんて光栄です。
At least they're not as spread out this time.
校庭を勝手にサッカーグラウンドにしたことは問題になっているらしいが。
Actually, where's Kamio? I did not talk to him.
メンツも揃ってなんか面白くなってきたよね。メンツも揃ってなんか面白く
He
なって
is
きたよ
also a
ね。
pure rocker, which doesn't actually do anything to me because I don't listen to rock music.
いよいよ11が完成か。これでちゃんとサッカーできるな。
いらしたんですか？監視されているようで気になりますわね。
あ、運命さん見てくれろ。今のオラこんなに調子よかとよ。
おかしいな。鼓動会くんだけいない。まさかまた学校内のどこかにいるはずだ。
Hey, it's that comedy routine again, but there's one more guy this time.
だからお前がサッカー部って気に食わないんだよな。
そうだ、お前ボール蹴れんのか？お前自身
If
がボー
Kodokai
ルみ
leaves,
た
we
い
can
な
go
のに
back
よ。
and pick somebody else from the candidates.
鼓動会くん。
あいつらまた。
そこに丸くなれよ、ボールくんよ。
俺たちが蹴ってやっからよ。
お前ら。
何？
今なんつった？
うっせえ。ガタガタ抜かしてっとすりつぶすぞ。
An actual fight, Tome will just like play imaginary rock, paper, scissors battle with people. Kodokai is actually fighting.
どうした？かすりもしないぞ。だからお前は雑魚なんだよ。
Oh my, what a 180.
これで合ってたかな。
何あれ？キャラ変？
Oh, is it because Omei somehow doubting how to fight?
しかし、さすがの身体能力だな。
これであいつらは小道会くんに手を出さなくなるでしょう。
それよりカメオ、いつあんな言葉を覚えた？
Oh yeah, I wonder.
いろいろと役に立つかな
Who
と
could he have learned that from?
喧嘩で使える名言集とポーズ集を送っておきました。
やはりあんたか。
勝てますかね、うちは。サッカーで西宮に。
西宮はサッカーにおいてもそこまで強い学校ではないはず。とはいえ、こちらはサッカー部が作られたばかり。なんとも言えませんね。
西宮は学業においてもスポーツにおいても伝統的に南雲原のライバルともいえる学校です。負けるわけにはいきませんよ。
西宮に負けるわけにはいかない。絶対に。
No way we're losing to West Manor. So did you not want us to get shut down? Why did you put that requirement in place?
九州の学校から貴族校依頼が来ました。
Later did you Omae wa mo shindeiru
西
min?
宮中というところですが。
Very much.
西宮。
さらにサッカー部の助っ人も養成
That's Sumiendo and they're casually skipping that, but it is a note character. They're asking for support from our football club.
助っ人？サッカー部の選手を貸し出せってこと？
はい。貴族校同士は大会中も選手の貸し借りが可能というルールがあるみたいですね。
Affiliated schools can trade
うちの
players.
選手が他の学校へ。
実に厚かましいので断りの連絡を入れようかと。
待って。
はい。
その依頼受けましょう。要求通り
Wait, what?
サッカープレイヤーを西宮中に派遣します。
霞崎先生からの呼び出しが
That's a very weird rule that you can just
職員
lend
室に来るようにとのことだ。
players to a
顧問の
different
件
team.
はもう話はついているはずだし、なんだろう。
Like this sounds like it's a like waterbed for corruption, because you're just gonna have schools like bribing each other and what's sort of bidding for who gets to borrow the strongest players from the most powerful team. Asks if Cario's parents know that he's in the football club and he does not reply. Will that come up later? I'm just thinking out that if this rule was in place and the game was actually realistic, then Raimo would be getting flooded with schools wanting to borrow their players. Anyway, since they can like borrow players, can we not borrow Yuki from the Mufflings? Why can't we do that?
Ah, 来た来た。何ですか、霞崎先生。やっぱり顧問はできないとか受け付けませんよ。
He greets people by vaguely threatening them.
確かにそれはちょっと考えたけど、私もやるからには覚悟を決めてしっかりやろうと思います。
そうですか。よかったです。じゃあ今日は
フットボールフロンティアの事務局から申請書類に監督とキャプテンの記入がないって指摘されているの。どうする？
So there's one way to think about the localization for this. Whenever somebody says manager like now, they actually mean coach. And the actual managers were dubbed as coordinators in the English language, which I can't tell you why. I think it's because Uma is going to be sort of the coach for the team, but is too young to be the coach, so they call him manager. But yeah, manager means coach, you just have that in mind. And to avoid confusion, I think I'll take to calling the actual manager just coordinators.
先生がサッカーのこと知らないのは知っていますし、サッカーについてのフォローは僕がやりますから。
なるほど。形だけってことね。わかりました。それならそれで。
あとはキャプテンを決めないといけないわけか。
でもそれはここでは決められないよね。じゃ、
いきなりこれから。
キャプテンは運命でいいんじゃないか。
でも僕は試合には。
たとえフィールドの外にいようと、
You can have a bench captain, you can do that.
控え選手に登録されていればキャプテンになれる。
Exactly.
それともお前はサッカー部の一員じゃないとでも言いたいのか。俺たちと一緒にやるんだろ。サッカーを。
先輩。
笹波、これだけのメンツを巻き込んでサッカー部を立ち上げたやつに覚悟はないのか？
あります。でも
なんだ？
でも僕は1年生ですよ。
That's very strange. I get the feeling he's just acting like there's gonna be a twist.
実際お前しかいないだろう。よし、決まりだな。よろしく頼みますよ。コーチ兼監督兼キャプテン。
じゃあさ、新キャプテンからの一言とかないの？
Oh, so he is actually the captain. I'm actually surprised because from the marketing I was pretty sure that Sakurazaki was gonna be the captain.
みんなどこまでやれるかわからにゃ。どこまでやれるかわからないけど、このサッカー部を日本一にしてみせます。
それくらいの意気込みでやんないとね。
桜崎、あれ冗談に聞こえるか？
I thought the same thing.
あいつは
面白えやつ
だろ。だが言っとくぞ、あいつについていくのはかなり骨が折れる。
ああ、それはなんとなくわかるぜ。
I don't know, this seems out of character to me. He's usually so confident about everything.
サッカー部。このサッカー部を日本一にしてみせます。なんであんなこと言ったんだろう。舞い上がっちゃったかな。
本気でしょ。
Oh no, it's the voices in his head.
君は一体。
春でいいよ。君から見たら俺を他の呼び方はできないだろうしね。
We could call you Endo. That's your surname.
君は僕の前に現れて何をしたいの？
言っただろ。君と一緒に歩いていく。
Oh may get the medicine in your pocket. Your pocket, I mean, right now.
遠藤春を倒すってことは、来門中を倒して日本一になるってことだ。
確かに、桜崎先輩の足や基礎地のテクニック、四川道先輩の反応力、全国だけど優勝となると。
まあいいや。変に悩むよりもまずは初戦を勝ち抜かないとね。どう？俺と一緒に西宮の攻略法を整理してみない？
西宮の攻略法。わかった。やろう。
Well, essentially, Ume is writing a self-insert romance novel in his head about Endo Haru, in which he helps him strategize.
西宮中学。かつては西宮と南雲原はサッカーにおいてもライバルだったが、南雲原がサッカーから離れたため、ここ5年の対戦データはない。
うんうん。じゃあ、5年前以前の対戦データはどうなの？
さらに5年を遡って対戦データを調べると、12勝11敗1分け。学業とスポーツを両立するという校風が似ているというのもあり、サッカーの強さにおいても大差はなかった。
Yeah, I tried turning the automodon, but it's very patient in this game, like it can wait a good few seconds before moving on to the next one.
サッカーにおいては決して強いとは言えない。
なら余裕で勝てるんじゃない？
Oh, so that's what this board means. It's goes wins and losses.
だけど今年は大幅に実力アップしたらしいんだ。最近の練習試合でも3連勝してる。噂では優秀なマネージャーが入って選手たちの弱いところを徹底的にフォローしているらしい。
マネージャーによってそんなに強くなれるものなの？
それはわからないけど、こちらもできたばかりのチーム。油断はできないよ。
今の西宮はどんなチームなんだい？
基本に忠実なサッカーをするチームだね。それゆえに弱点という弱点はない。特に中盤からフォワードにつなぐゲームメーカー金星やつるは3人のフォワードを自在に使い、守りの隙をついて得点する。
一人のゲームメーカーが要となっているわけか。それならブロック・ザ・キーマンで潰せるね。
うん。それで攻撃力を大きく落とすことができる。だけど問題は敵の守りの方なんだ。
守り？
敵のキーパー技スウェットスティルネスは
And suddenly the thing is here and the Haru is gone, so
こちらもそれを打ち破れる。
what's actually going on?
習得する必要がある。
必殺技だと。
それを試合までに習得しようって？
はい。フォワードの桜崎先輩と篠原先輩にはシュート技を習得して敵のキーパーを打ち抜いてもらいます。
仕方ないな。
マジかよ。
Look long enough to get to this part. Anyway, we're only both now.
それにしてもお前がよくこの遠征を承諾したな。
ぶっちゃけ母様怖いんですよ。
は？お前
Alright, By the way, Natsumi who showed up before is his mother.
とっちゃん曰くどこの家もそうらしいです。
そうか。じゃあ仕方ないな。
最近サッカーやっててもそこまで楽しくないですし、気分転換にはちょうどいいですよ。
春、サッカーだが楽しくないならやめてもいいんだぞ。勇気を出してやめてみるのも悪いことじゃない。自分の本当の居場所を見つけるためには必要なことだ。
レンさん、無理ですよ。俺はサッカーをやるために生まれてきたみたいなもんですから。
春、春、新しい土地には出会いがある。お前を驚かす怪物のようなすごいやつがい
By
るかも
trying
しれ
to
ないぞ。
summon a monster level
レン
talent.
さん、前にも言いましたけど、俺別に強いやつに興味ないですよ。ここから試合までの間は特訓して調整する期間になります。それぞれ練習メニューに沿って特訓してください。僕が突発的に指示を出した場合はそれに従ってもらいます。
了解。いよいよ初戦か。
わかった。お前に任せるぜ。
どんな指示が来るのやら。
流れに身を任せるのが今は最良の選択かな。
勝てるよ。
Oh, they're also getting a lightning.
気品のある指示をお願いしますわ。
初陣というやつか。華々しく行こ
う。初戦は怖いかもですが、ものは考えよう。努力を実らせるステージですよ。
おまんの後ろの幸運の握り飯、信じるとよ。
Behind me. Still can't see it.
皆の衆、張り切っていこ
う。僕にできるかな。
大丈夫、できるよ。気楽に気楽に。
鼓動会くんの個性は速さ。速さを生かしたディフェンスをすればもっといい結果になると思う。ではみんな頑張ろう。
しょっと。
霞崎先生。
あ、みんないるね。ちょうどよかった。注文してたユニフォームができたの。
おお。
正式な部じゃないのにユニフォームが作れたんですか？
正式な部ではないとはいえ、
So that is our answer. We are not official yet, even though you can recruit players and play in the tournament and everything. I'm surprised this school even allows us to do that.
千の会長が
メンツだろ。
かっこいい。
おお。
わーお、いいじゃん。
あ、それと笹波くん、佐賀のニコ川中と練習試合ができるようにお願いしておきました。向こうはあんまり忙しくないらしく、いつでもいいから声をかけてほしいとのことです。
ありがとうございます。
いいじゃないか。特訓と練習試合うまく使い分けてステータスアップをやってこうぜ。
はい、次の試合はフットボールフロンティアの1回戦、サッカー部の再出発。そして何よりこのサッカー部の存続がかかっているんです。
お前が負けたら潔く解散しますとか言っちゃったからだよな。
言ってないよ。
言ったよ。
He did, I'm
聞いて
pretty
ました
sure.
よね、桜崎先輩。
どうだったかな。
It has some black voice fills your head, which is surprising considering that, as far as I know, you don't actually play Umamusume, do you? So you have this again? I can, like, prioritize doing side quests to see if they will help me level up. Okay, change the background song when you're training. no office, but have you ever taken public transport before or just limos and coaches? I've been to the train before, okay? I even paid for my own ice cream from the food trolley. Oh, he's very street smart. Oh, a food trolley inside the train. I've never seen that. Your height must make it pretty uncomfy on buses and trains. Probably his biosis is like 190 centimeters. So I want to get that side quest from before dawn first. But right, my new players are here now. And that one swap a couple of them in. Oh, that's right. They wanted me, in the side quest wanted me to pay a match against the voting of the shopkeepers. I thought it would be another 5 aside. And this is the other thing that the main quest wants me to play. So we can do both. I wonder if this also has to do where I can end the match early if I score 4 goals in the first half. The formation is all messed up. They put Fukura as a forward and Sakurazaki as a defender. I'll have to fix that later in the menu. But I think only these two are actual defenders. For the rest, I'll just have to misplace some of my midfielders. Let's go with this for now. And we are already over level for this match. Oh, speaking of Hisatsu, Sakurazaki already has one. I thought there would be like a training sequence to learn them. They just have them now. They usually make a big deal out of learning these moves. It is pretty cool. I could have given my one of the forces of might in that move. Specific to Masara, that's the girl with the purple hair. If she didn't already have a full moveset. Because it matches her element. Does Raik have one? Sorry, I pressed a button and the stain overlay opened on top of the game. It's back to normal now. I can't let them go in on purpose to see some of my if my defenders have any Hisatsu. Let me throw the ball away on purpose. Now don't block them. I said don't block them. What is that rigged for you to win? I was trying to let her throw on purpose. And Mikana gets a critical. Alright. Yeah, I think every character has 2 possible animations they can do after scoring a goal. If you want, you can rig them to like always do a specific animation if you find that as an item. I had to do that for my avatar to do the blowing kiss animation. Now that looked too big for me to lose. I score one more goal to see if the game lets me skip the rest of the match. Can I do a chain shot? Where's Raiko? She's out of the zone for shooting. And that's their other one. Kyoto looks wise, yeah, but I still kind of think I should have picked somebody else. Maybe just stuck with Ayashino, the Ao/Wolf guy, or maybe the girl from the Sword Club, although I'm not really a fan of tomboys either. Also, there is no system to skip the match with a big advantage in this story mode. To play outfit. Who hasn't done anything yet in this match? I think Masato has yet to make a move. she does not have a Hisatsu yet. What about Kameo? If I can swap to him? I really don't get how this works. Another crit, but we didn't really need one. I'm kinda starting to let the timer run, because if you don't like start any focus battles, the timer goes by faster, since there's less interruptions. In fact, I could show you how you can stall a match. Oh, Kameo has a Hisatsu, but it's gonna be hard to get in a position where he can use it. I have to lose the ball first. Which, even if I'm trying to lose it on purpose, the AI just won't take it. Now let me switch to Kameo. I'm suffering from success here. I'm trying to lose the ball on purpose. I think it's taking it back. Anyway, to stall, just keep passing the ball between your goalkeeper and your defenders and running away from your opponent. The AI doesn't really know how to deal with that. Just like this. I did it too early there. The game gave me an achievement for this victory, which feels kinda patronizing. Wasn't even enough to level up anybody. Yeah, it's acting like this as an accomplishment. I think it will be harder to lose this match on purpose.
あとこれ即席でサッカー部の宣伝ポスターを書いてみたんだ。生で試合を見たらインスピレーションが止まらなくてさ、遠慮しないで受け取って。
これですか。
サッカーをしている時の足の美しさを書いてみたの。
Our club?
このアキレス腱の曲線とくるぶしの骨張った感じの共存、まさにサッカーをしている人の魅力を表していると思わない？
No, I don't really see it.
僕は思いませんが、うちのマネージャーなら気に入ると思います。ありがとうございました。
But maybe to attract art club members. No other side quests outside of this one, which is kinda surprising to me. So you can change the background music on the matches, which is at least nice for breaking up the monotony. Because otherwise I think it's the same music every time. But these are the dub titles for each song, which I don't really... Not really sure how they translate to the Japanese ones that I'm familiar with. So I want to play Uchiko Daku on the first half, which I think is this one. Break it down. And for the second, grand finale, I think is the opening for the Chronicle mode.
今日はニコ川中の皆様に来ていただきました。お互い力を存分に発揮して楽しく試合をしてくださいね。
久しぶりだな、試合の空気。
そうですよね。俺も久々で心臓がバクバクいってますよ。
It's been so long, we just played a full football match.
はい、僕も
楽しくなってきた。
どこまでできるのか自分自身を見極めてみる。
公式戦の前のウォーミングアップ、みんなが試合の空気に慣れてくれればいいけど。
ドギャンもコギャンもなか。頼んどく
That
よ。
girl on the left has like a perpetual ominous shade on her face. Wait, this is Twinford, which is a dub name. I don't know what they're called in the Japanese dub. Also, the formation resets because I think I have to change it in the menu to be for it to be a permanent change. The one on the right looks like a ship with horns. Oh, I mean that one. I think that's a growing, actually not sure on this one. Oh yeah, I put it to play Uchiko Daku, so the background music is gonna be like unfittingly intense for this match. But I really like this song. I wonder when my selected players learn a new Hisatsu. People are breakdancing on the football field again. Speaking of dancing, there's Raika's new shot. By the way, this is I think the second opening for Inazuma 11 Go. It's the last one of the first season. The opening animation title to this song is also really cool if you can find it on YouTube. Ouch. I've learned that you cannot trust his hands when you're trying to defend, like they say nothing about how likely you are to actually defend successfully. Because in the other match I went way out of the way to try to lose it on purpose and I still kept winning. I thought Raiko would be offside for a second. Why does their goalkeeper look like he's like 60? Anyway, this ship like you grow, why I'm actually not sure yet. It's actually pretty cute. I think I want to recruit them later. Oh, I can use his new resets. Let's see if this goes like around the castle. Not quite, but if I space it a little more, it can. So if you have any like song requests from that selection whenever I play another friendly match, you can tell me. I did think of like if I ever stream myself playing PvP, which I don't plan to do, I could have a Spotify playlist play on the background. There's a thing where you can make like music play on your Twitch during the stream, but not after the stream, like in the VOD. So you don't get copyrighted. With the downside that there will be no background music in the VOD, but your voice will still be there. One of my favorite move animations is one that's supposed to be so fast it's measured by the heartbeat monitor. You're right, it's a dribble move from the main character from Go, Tema. And I guess I won't spoil how it's gonna happen, but we'll probably see some form of it later in this story mode. Oh, and also this is not my idea, I read it somewhere, but wouldn't it be super dark if Ume learned that move as a player? The one that features a heart rate monitor. That move is called aggressive beat in Japanese and heart beat in the double. And I remember reading that at some point it was considered to be called heart attack. I don't know if you can make Yume into a player in this game after you're done with the story mode. You can normally turn in the coach or manager into a player, but he might be a special case where you can't. But if you can't, then you might be able to teach him that move. You need to win the story to get the story characters to be usable somewhere in the other modes. That's right, I mentioned that last time. You have to beat the story mode. Until you do that, all these characters are stuck inside the story mode. You can't use them outside of it. And you'll need to have them to get some endgame items for Chronicle mode and for PvP, so until I don't know this, I can't actually max out my main team. Do that thing again. So also, I think this is not the opening for Chronicle mode. It sounds a lot like it, but something seems off. Oh, he got it by 2 points on himself. Outshine that. Oh, never mind, it is the opening. I recognize that to be at the end there. Viceno has learned Mighty Save, which Apathy already had it. That's not like a proper Hisato, it's one of these skills of the grey button that are just a quick animation. Yeah, the game says you learned that from leveling up, but I think you already had the skill like that. It might just be a different one. I can check that on the menu.
久しぶりに楽しか試合にできた。またおいたちと熱うか試合ばしちゃらんね。
Also, their goalkeeper sounds like a 60-year-old. Tens Kasumi. Kasumi means Kasumizaki. A nickname for Sakurazaki. How does Jojin sound? They really like to use this sticker. Do I unlock any other friendlies from that? Oh, you can play a full match against Seagull Football Club. You just added the 5 I said before. It will be another blowout because they're very low level, but it might have some unlockable behind it. Who knows? Okay, he just learns Shoguri skills. The game cost is, I think, your real skills. They like they have no element and they're cheap and weaker. Yagyu has learned a new proper Hisatsu. I think it's one he uses in the end of the match against the baseball club. And everybody has a skill tree. You can do this, like equip these means to enhance their stats. But I'm already pulling so far ahead of the AI that I don't think I should bother with it. Will make the game even easier than it already is. The funny thing is that if you go to the skill tree for Momochi, for example, she's the manager, you can actually see what she learns if she's made into a player. She gets a goalkeeping Hisatsu and a blocking one. She said those are grayed out, you can't see them. Oh, and Tomei does not have a skill tree like that, so maybe he really cannot be a player. Like he's missing all the line going down here. I need a little more attack and defense. Nice shot, but don't want to be surprised. That's true. Hey, if he's playable, the game would still try to hide it. He does have like stats like a player does. And these are totally irrelevant if you're just a supporting character. And they have their numbers in the front of their jerseys, and I forgot to change the music, so there is Uchiku Daku again. Heavenly Thunder. It's actually the same name of the that move he does like as a joke in the animated cutscene. I forgot to change the formation again, that's why Fukura is on the attack. But like I could just reverse everybody's positions and still win because I'm that overleveled. They say the best jokes are the ones taken from fact. I think at some point on the previous stream I said something like every joke has a little bit of truth to it. Which like rings true again. Notice how both Raik and Kami have a such like about spinning a lot and creating a tornado. Wonder if that's supposed to mean anything. Not that I have a elite that could begin to stall them to get this on faster. Still have a whole half ahead of me. My camera went to the left there and I don't know why. I mean to the right. That was his new move. So here's something I had to do a lot before the patch that lets you skip the first half in Chronicle mode. Just keep passing your ball around. Like, even if he gets to my goalkeeper, he doesn't actually know what to do about it. Because when you're very close to the goal, you cannot activate a focus duel. You can get the ball if you slide tackle, but this Caesar AI doesn't know to do that. Never mind, he does. Wow, you scored. So you can't do that for too long. Seven-1. If I'm really fast, I could replicate that score. I don't know if it's possible if I have to like being strong enough to one-shot the goalkeeper every time. It's a crit. But that's something I'll do back when I still play PvP, if I match with like an underdeveloped team. I would try to go easy on them, but if they start to like tackling my players and hurting them, I would completely steamroll their team. As a punishment. That's for how long do we have to get to 7? I think it's enough time. Urka is still on the attack. I forgot to put Sakurazaki there. Really tough to look at the 7-1 and not feel like we need to redo the match. You get this right? So the ranks are not a thing in Victory World anymore. The only mechanic is if you get a 3-goal lead in the first half, the second half is half time, like it's cut in half. And if you get 4, the match ends with the first half. So just get to end faster, but you don't get any extra or special rewards from it. around him. Since I kept Fukura in the attack for the so much, can I get there to actually score a goal? Probably a good thing. I don't think anyone wants to have to deal with those ranking scores again. I feel the same way, just that not having this incentive to absolutely blow out your opponents makes it so that it does expose the flaw of them being too easy to beat. Since there is no like incentive to beat them this hard anymore. Because you could say like the AI plays poorly, so you can beat in 5-0 to get the S rank, but this is not a thing anymore. The meta broke there. There's like a Hisatsu that's about making the ball explode on the go. If I can get it, I will give it to Fukura. Actually, there's a Hisatsu about a Phoenix that would be even more of a reference. There we go, 7-1. In the same stream where I first mentioned that I in Brazilian, so I think it's very fitting. I don't know if you caught that, but the ending animation showed like Yagyu and Shisendo side by side. Yagyu is jersey 7, Shisendo is 1. The only thing that's not fitting is that I'm doing dealing this 7-1, should be on the receiving end. Regular Phoenix or the upgraded one? There's 2 versions of the Phoenix that I know of, the regular one and the Dark Phoenix. I think you can get them both in the Chronicle mode shop. Don't know about getting it in the story mode. Oh, can you change like your RPG battle party? Seems like you can. I still need to increase my stats. Let me put the music back to default before I forget. And change my formation. Oh, the dark one is the upgraded one. I think in this game they are the same strength, but different elements. The dark one is wood element. There was no new team to play against, so it's just doing special training now. There's also RPG battles. I don't love his club member.
P の素質 何ですか？特に嬉しくありません。
あ、何？今回は諦めますかな。また声をかけますぞ。
There is a club for idol lovers. How do you get that past the council? I'll say Masato looks so angry there. That didn't get me any stats at all, I think. First was the Dark Phoenix, the one I think of was of course one of the fanboys. That was the evil version of Kazemaru, who was a Ford. Kazemaru was actually part of the Mufflings when he was just starting out. And I did have to debate whether to use his Defender or his evil Ford version. I have them both anyway. I've done this before. I think it's the one of the all the Omibos storm here. Ouch. This is the one minigame where I feel we actually have to try to win. The rest is still pretty easy. Like, out of these 3 options for evading, I think Feint is almost useless because it barely moves you. Oh, you can sidestep. There is so much delay after you do one of these moves. Sucked that he turned evil after his epic breaking of limits moment. It's funny because depending of how you're experiencing that story, like through the game or the anime or the Chronicle mode here, the reason why he ends up turning evil changes. And this is this battle. Can I go to a minigame I haven't done before? They did do something different in the anime. So in the game, he leaves the team because he gets badly hurt when they play against Genesis for the first time, because they hurt him on purpose because he's playing too well and actually keeping up with them. I think in the anime and in the Chronicle mode, he just decides to leave after they lose to Genesis because they are too powerful. Wait, the game won't show me in the map where I can find more training spots. Oh, does he also get hurt in the anime? So was it just Chronicle mode that changed it? It might be because they really condensed the story in every season. I think the beach is the destruction minigame. I wonder if we can try it with 11 players, no? This is the point where I actually wish there were side quests to help me level up. Now it's just grinding over and over again. Oh, there's more outfits now. And a new special move. I mean, Hisatsu tactic. And these are actual Hisatsu. I think Nad has started playing. Oh no, it's that one again. Oh, can I read while keeping up with the written here? Oops. But I read the chat messages, something about how it helped show his potential, right? Before he turns evil. Hey chat, that was much better for storytelling. It's also very frustrating in the game because... Oh, I thought I had to kick Camille for a second. Because historically, Kazemar has always been a defender, but his moveset has never been like fit for a defender. Thinking some games he straight up does not even learn a defense Satsu. But in that sequence in Inazuma 11 2, he learns a very powerful defensive move called Clone Defense. And a similar dribbling move called Clone Feint, I think, which Kisoja actually has now. But then you losing right after you get to these two Hisatsu. And if you missed what I just said because Nad was playing, you can ask me to repeat it. Down, I think the ramen minigame is in this map.
うどん食べていきます？それともサッカー部お母ちゃん、お客さんご案内。
いただきます。
遠慮なく食っていきな。
So I think you counter the hand on the top of the screen, you don't match it.
うまいだろう。
ごちそうさまでした。
Oh, editing improves your efficiency in your next training. I almost got run over. I wanted to see if these shops up here sell any different Hisatsu. They don't sell Hisatsu at all, they sell different outfits. No, this one hasn't. Oh, but the special training buff sells the same stuff everywhere you find it. No train this one.
気合を入れていきましょう。
I wait until they flash and then press it in sequence. I can see it as becoming difficult if it starts to mix up the buttons. Oh, they mix up the order.
いい感じです。努力は結果で証明されます。
Can we do it? We can't do it one more time. I'm wondering how many times I'll have to do this sort of thing in the story mode. But I can remember that I can eat ramen to boost my gains.
行きますわよ。
その調子。
心の準備は？
その調子。さすがです。
Please tell me that was enough.
目に見えて能力が上昇しています。
Really? There's one thing I can do off stream them if I happen to end one in these like grinding phases. It just stinks cause the game is like really easy. I've beaten this point enough now. You don't have to enforce my stats to let me progress the story. It's not like I'm gonna be overrun by the AI team. If I get my stats up by equipment, does that count for this goal? Oh, it does. That's a lot faster. So I can instead like grind currency off stream to get better equipment to raise my stats. No, every other game will just have like a level recommendation. It won't force you to reach it first. So I'll take another break before going with this. I'll see you in a moment. Hi there, when I came back I noticed my model had the cat muff on, this one. I meant to disable it earlier, but I might have forgotten. I wonder how long it was on for. Anyway, let's play Nishinomiya is the name of this school, but the on-dub doesn't change it back.
いよいよ初戦だ。一歩一歩前に進むしかない。
さあ、少年サッカー最大の祭典、日本の王者を決めるフットボールフロンティア。その地区予選九州大会第1回戦、南雲原中対西宮中の対戦となります。実況は私、多部達春がお送りいたします。そして解説には実況界のレジェンド角間啓太さんをお迎えしております。
Minor grammar mistake here. I wonder who got fired for this.
角間さん、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
さて、この多部角間コンビですが、私多部達春が福岡出身ということで九州大会を任せていただいております。さらに決勝大会もこのコンビで担当することになっております。どうぞ引き続きよろしくお願いします。
That the real one, or is he having visions again?
運命、どうした？
今の
西宮か？
なんで遠藤春がここに？
遠藤春ってライモンのか？見間違いだろ。
僕は遠藤春の動画を何度も繰り返し見ました。
Oh, you watch his videos more than anyone
遠藤春です。
figures.
まさか西宮が助っ人選手を入れたって噂があったけど、それがライモンの遠藤春。千の会長、見に来てるな。
そうみたいですね。
So if Haru's actually going to play it, then two ways they can go about it. Either it's an actually challenging match for us, or the game just scripts it and forces you to lose. Like no matter how well you play it.
会長は妹のマリカさんに特別なコンプレックスを抱いているようだ。
A serious inferiority complex when it comes to her sister Marika, who I think is that girl in the other
勉強
team.
も運動も天才的な千の会長が。
会長は最初からそうだったわけじゃないんだ。
Is that why she wants us to win this match just out of spite?
千の会長は誰よりも努力し、勉強においても運動においてもトップに食い下がっていく。人の上に立ちたいという強い意志の持ち主なんだ。
I'm just a lump. Hi there, welcome. Hope your 2025 was amazing. Your 26 is filled with happiness and opportunity. Thanks a lot. Wishing the same for you.
持って生まれた才能だけで何でもできる妹に過剰なコンプレックスを持っているんだ。
なるほど。だから西宮に負けたくなかったんだ。
ああ。
でも今回は。
Yes, she's putting our club on the line for a family feud, essentially.
なんと今回は本大会の貴族校助っ人システムを利用してライモンの選手2名が西宮イレブンに合流しています。
Why just bring the whole team with you? It's somehow allowed anyway.
大門中の重要な2人が西宮の戦力となった今、南雲原中はどう立ち回るのか。
Imagine if they did that and then you're supposed to lose the match, but if you somehow win, the game just ends there. You get an early credits roll.
本大会へは5年ぶりの出場となります。サッカー部もまだできたばかりとのこと。かなり不利な状況と言えるのではないでしょうか。
I think Final Fantasy II has a battle in the beginning you have to lose, but if you win somehow by cheating, the game will freak out and just send you back to the title screen.
この日に向けて努力を重ねてきた選手たち。両者の闘志がぶつかり、火花を散らします。
So Nishinomiya has Haru and Ren on the attack and they are level 35, which is actually not as high as I thought they would be. And they are still like low rank because of the green border. I thought they would be higher than this. What else? So this is the brother and sister. And that girl has nothing to do with anything, I just thought she looked cute. Stop it.
さあ、試合開始です。最初に仕掛けるのはどちらか。
進学校としてのライバル同士、どちらも負けられない試合となるでしょう。
レンさん、
春、速攻で行くぞ。
Ouch.
一つ。
城壁は間に合うか。は？
Yeah, it's a scripted goal.
止められないか。
あれがサッカーモンスター。サッカーわからない私でもすごいって思う。
遠藤春。
笹波くん、どうするの？何か手を打ちますか？
いえ、このまま戦います。
Our strategy we haven't even started playing.
笹波くん、ほら例の必殺技使っちゃいましょうよ。
いえ、今抵抗すればこの試合は勝てません。
入った。初得点は西宮。決めたのは助っ人加入の遠藤春だ。
西宮はよく今話題の遠藤春を助っ人に迎えられましたね。会場もまさかの遠藤春の登場に沸いています。
この圧倒的な重み、 が遠藤遥か。
軽すぎませんか？
だからといって手を緩めるな。
はい、レンさん。
I'm waiting for some twist where none of this is actually happening. The only just imagining that these two are the Raimon players. Because like of the pressure getting to me or something. Enemy boost. I can't use my Hisatsu.
パスで相手を翻弄していきます。ここでシュート。スウェットスティルです。
And their goalkeeper took no damage, so it's actually rigged for you to not be able to score. The only was the game are you going to let me actually play or what? If you let me play to stop fooling around with scripts, I actually can, because I just beat another teams like 7-1 before. We could make this score back.
大きくリードする形となりました。いや、素晴らしいプレイングでしたね。果たしてこのリードを守っていけるのか注目です。
いや、素晴らしい。まさにサッカーモンスターとライモンのカリスマキャプテン。遠藤春さん、月影蓮さん、ありがとうございます。我が校の勝ちはこれにて確定しました。あとはゆっくり休んでおいていただいて。
Out there getting overconfident with it and removing them. That's where I win.
でも監督、おかしくなかったですか？南雲原はわざと抵抗していなかったように思うんです。
Let you through, I like sent 5 people to try to slide tackle Endo.
ここにいるお二人の活躍に戦意を喪失したってことでしょう。
In fact, I thought this was gonna be the strategy, like you just kill him so you can actually win.
さすがにここまでやっていただければ、我が校の選手たちもなかなかに優秀ですので。
しかし、
レンさん、これをひっくり返すなんて無理ですよ。うちらの攻めに何もできずにいた平凡なチームです。
Why does Ren even care about them losing? It's not his team.
これ以上やったら弱い者いじめですよ。
そうだな。わかりました。俺たちは後半下がらせてもらいます。
But the game would freeze for a second.
ここまで3得点を決めた遠藤春と月影蓮が下がっています。
絶好調の選手を下げるというのは勝ちを確信したということでしょうか。
もう勝負は見えたって判断なのかな。このままじゃ。
狙い通りです。
Is somebody like you runs back to the score and retrieves Yuki from there, we can still get this?
なめられたもんだな。
でも彼らがいたら勝てっこないよ。
ふん、いなくなったら勝てると。
まさかこれまで好き放題させていたのは
あの二人を下げさせるため。
誰も僕たちに期待をしてない。
これ以上追加点は必要がないからな。だとしてもここから存在感を示しておくのは今後のためになるだろう。
そうだね。
必殺技解禁です。
Oh, that's why I could not use any Hissatsu before.
任せて。よろしく。エレガントブレー
おっとこれは味方につないでサイドを変える。シュートの破壊力は。
And I just have to win the match. Maybe it goes for extra time if I get a draw by the end. Does Mikana have fear Hissatsu? Okay, so earlier Knight talked about a heart rate monitor Hissatsu. This is in Japanese called the rock and roll beat, which is like a parody of that Hissatsu. It's a different color and has like a that amp effect. So each one of these selectable characters have a parody Hissatsu like this. That's just a variant of an old one. The one that Imasato just did was also that. Also, I think the timer is ticking slower now, so you actually have time to turn the score around. Almost got it again. Oh, she lost that one. I like that this one is just like you run, but faster. You know, I can't play around too much. The time's actually pretty tight here, even if these slow down. Look, a rice bomb. They weren't kidding with him being a Kabuki character, so I should have passed to Sakurazaki there. Yeah, that's a very like flourish version of another move called Hyper Swiper, I think. In that one, the screen just goes back black behind the character. There's no fancy background. One more and I even thought, but I don't know if it's enough with like I get extra time if this score is even. Or if I have to get it up to 4.
レンさん、ナグモハラはできたばかりのチームでしたよね。
ああ、だがナグモハラのフォーメーションには隙がない。個人個人が能力に応じた役割を全うしている。有能な監督がいるということだ。
あの先生が、いや違う、戦略を組み立てているのはおそらくその隣にいる彼。
目の動きか。
はい、彼はベンチにいながら的確に次にポイントとなる局面に目をやっている。仲間とのアイコンタクトかもしれない。
目で指揮でもしているっていうのか。だがあれは確かにサッカーを知っているやつの目だな。
Really admiring him from a distance there, no?
それとも
I have 6 minutes to get one more going. I might not be able to do that.
このまま押し押しでいこう。あと少しで追いつける。調子は上々とよ。ロック来てんじゃん。
勝利が見えてきました。
Right case, not around, but Yagyu is. Got it, but I have a what? 2-3 minutes to get one more. And my Hisatsu will be on cooldown, so to be a lot farther. Only if I like get a crit now. Golden goal. No, this does not normally happen. Like usually the match just ends here, even on PvP. And that's the game. Well, I'm surprised with the challenge here, even if it's just like just because of a time constraint. That's pretty close to not to making it. Also, thanks, Kiro. So technically we have beaten the final boss already, like Haru and
もうダメかと思われましたが、まさかの逆転でしたね。 南雲原は華麗な采配で西宮を抑え込みました。南雲原の今後が実に楽しみです。
負けた。もう僕サッカーやめようかな。
I think you have to borrow more players from the strongest school next time.
僕たちのサッカーヒストリーはまだまだこれからだろ。
まるで打ち切りの漫画みたいなセリフだね。
いただき
初戦突破が
運命やったな。
初勝利ですね。おめでとう笹波くん。
快感です
負けたな。
南雲原中面白いですね。
ああ、春が他のチームに興味を持つなんて珍しいな。
彼は最後まで試合に出なかった。サッカーをプレイするのに飽きたとか。
Maybe he's just sick of football. And suddenly we are back to the lower quality models.
お姉ちゃん、うちら負けちゃった。悔しい。でもお姉ちゃんとこの学校すごいね。
今回は運がね。
We just got lucky. I'm not sure if she wanted us to win or not at this point.
ねえ君、なんで試合に出ないの？君はサッカーを知っている。かなり高いレベルで。なのになぜ？僕はサッカーができないんだ。病気でサッカーをやることを禁じられている。そうなんだ。いつ治るの？
How long until you're better?
そっか。じゃあできることをやれば？なんで無理にサッカーやるの？サッカーじゃなくても楽しいこといっぱいあるでしょ。まあそれは君の自由だけど。じゃあさ、どんな気持ち？サッカーが思いっきりできてすごく上手くてみんなが羨むようなプレーができる。それってどんな気持ち？
He's gonna say
来
boring.
門中サッカー部、サッカーモンスターと呼ばれる遠藤春くんだよね。別にサッカーができるからってなんもないよ。サッカーが人より少し上手いってだけ。望んでやっているわけじゃないし。君たちが勝ち進んだらまた会えるかもだね。じゃあ遠藤春。
Size is unnecessary of
でき
itself
るこ
on
とを
its
や
own,
れ
right?
ばなんで無理にサッカーやるの？
For a second I thought he'd make up a reason for why he's not playing, because he's nervous or something. I'm glad that they didn't go that way.
違うような気がするぞ。できることをやるんじゃなくて、やりたいことをやる方が幸せだろ。
It's not about where your feet best, it's about where your heart
お
wants to
前
go.
は正しいってこと。
It's about where your heart wants to go, he says to a guy with a heart condition.
「
think this will be the point we get the preview for the next chapter. It's just there's still a bit more time to stream.
僕に同時にシュートを打ってくれ。
でもよかったわ。あなたがまたサッカーと向き合えて。運命？まさか運命？
グラビティデザートを破るためには連携必殺技を生み出しましょう。名付けて春雷。
Next chapter, the Crybaby Rival.
稲妻イレブン、今日の格言。できることをやるんじゃなくて、やりたいことをやる方が幸せだろう。以上。
Imagine if losing that match where they were essentially rental players meant that they can't play in the tournament anymore, like they're eliminated.
すごく上手くて、みんなが羨むようなプレーができる。
Since he might be Omei's childhood friend. He is, and I think the story...
どんな気持ちなんだろう。
I don't know if the story has mentioned this before.
ナグモハラのことが気になってるんだな。
But you can also conclude that just from that shot of the two as kids in the preview. Imagine if Haru died and his start went to Omei. No, there is a higher than zero chance that this is how Omei gets to play football again.
だが、お前の記憶には残った。
In the opening movie for this game, there's a shot where Haru and Omei hold hands, then there's a spark, and Omei lands on the ground, but Haru is gone.
ナグモハラはすごいと言えるな。それより、乙女監督に呼ばれてたんじゃなかったか？
うわ、そうでした。乙女監督に呼ばれてたんだった。この時間なら。
Marish Otome, that's the coach, by the way. That's an oddity of the localization. And I'm playing as him. There's so many NPCs around. Anyway, this is Raimo, and after playing the previous games, the layout is actually very familiar to me. The main difference is that it's now a big, like, unified map. In the DS and 3DS, it was a bunch of smaller places you had to transition in and out of.
Yeah.
やあ、ハルくん。
監督、それで何ですか？
まあ座って。
はい。
最近ハルくん楽しそうじゃないなって思っているんだけど、なんかあった？
別に何でもないです。
それならいいんだけど。ああ、そういえばハルくんもうすぐ誕生日だよね。
そうですね。
birthday.
プレゼントとかもらえるし、楽しみじゃない？
俺、もらったことないんです。うちは
Never gotten birthday presents in my family. We skip gifts and have a big fancy dinner instead.
一番の贈り物は 家族一緒ってことらしいです。
Being told the best gift is just being with family.
へえ、それも素敵じゃない。
Sounds like it's an excuse you'd give to your kid if your family like can't afford to give them presents, but his family is probably rich.
お呼びでしょうか、理事長。
サッカー部はフットボールフロンティア1回戦を勝ち抜きました。サッカー部の設立を正式に許可します。
わかりました。その件に関して少々問題が。
Yeah, because his mother was already rich, and his father is like the most famous football player in the country now.
何ですか?
Also, the principal called her a chairperson just now, which I never heard before.
また野球部派閥の圧力ですか。サッカー部の事件も派閥同士の確執が生んだ悲劇です。
そうですね。
そろそろ頃合いと言えるでしょう。野球部派閥を学校経営から完全に排除します。
You are removing the baseball faction from the school.
完全排除。
Where's that coming from?
野球部派閥の者たちを役員会から除名します。野球部に限らず、私利私欲に走り、学校経営に対して悪影響を及ぼす輩は誰であっても徹底的に排除していきます。
なんと。
これより野球部もサッカー部も派閥のない健全な部活運営を目指します。
Oh, she's not like removing the baseball club, just the council members.
千野さんが理事長？
ああ、情報規制され生徒たちには知らされていないが、千野会長の両親は
Because their parents are major donors to this school's foundation. Well, we have nepotism all over this game's plot, don't we?
千野会長は親譲りの経営センスで学校を任され、生徒でありながら学校を拡大しているんだ。
最近じゃ少子化によって経営が芳しくない学校を合併する動きもあるらしいな。
Which on one hand you can say it gets like repetitive that they resort to this with several characters, but it's also very realistic. Realistic, I mean.
四川道君は口が減らないようだから少々お仕置きが必要かしら。
You could use some disciplining.
千野会長。いえ、申し訳ありません。
What's going on between the two of you that I'm not aware of? What kind of disciplining?
さて、皆さんにご報告があります。次の対戦相手が決まりました。北陽学園です。
It's Hokuyo Gakuen, that's what North Bright is.
最近ではパーフェクトサッカーの北陽とも呼ばれ、
You know, she does look really looks like the type if you catch my drift.
南雲原とは正反対に学校内におけるサッカー部の地位が高い。
And Hokuyo is that school that lost to Raimo in the cutscene in the beginning of the game, if you recall that.
北陽学園、空宮聖。
Yep, childhood friends.
まさかもう諦めているなんて言わないわよね。
諦めてなんかいませんよ。やるからには勝つつもりで挑みます。
当然そう願いたいわね。
サッカー強豪校との戦い、燃える。
それはそうと千野会長さんよ、 サッカー部はちゃんと承認してくれたんだろうな。
もちろんです。承認しただけではありません。大きな運営予算を確保しておきました。
That's the current substation operations budget
落ち度によってサッカーに悪影響を及ぼしていた。その罪滅ぼしとして相応の優遇をさせていただきます。
おお、ラッキー。これで練習にも身が入りそうだぜ。
それとこのサッカー部に私も入れてもらいます。マネージャーとして。
Be joining as the coordinator. So, football club coordinator, president of the student council, and not chairperson of the school. How many titles do you have?
千の会長がマネージャー。
マネージャーといえば全員のサポート役。そんなことできんのかよ。
できます。ただし、ただのマネージャーではありません。エグゼクティブマネージャーです。
Mekasen has joined our team.
そして、生徒会は全面的にサッカー部を支援することにしま
I
した。
would like to have you actually on the pitch as a player too, but you can't do that yet.
動いてくれるはずです。
And we can play a bunch of
北洋学園
friendlies.
と戦うためにはサッカー部の実力の底上げが必要だ。
試合練習システムやる？
But it's just for the to repeat the tutorial.
ありゃりゃ。
どうしたんでしょう、ライカさん。シュートの精度が落ちていますね。
おそらく特訓によってシュートパワーが上がったことで力のコントロールが難しくなっているんだと思う。
俺のシュートが安定しないのもそのせいか。
パワーアップした自分の筋力に体が慣れてくれば次第に安定するでしょう。
そういうもんかよ。
ですがどのみち今の桜崎先輩と篠原先輩のシュートでは北洋学園のキーパー技グラビティデザートは破れない。
何？
Gravity don't that the goalkeeper tried to do that in that cutscene against Raimon, but
たやすく北洋キーパーの餌食となる。
outscored the goal before I could start it.
篠原先輩のぐるぐるシュートも同様、体の回転力を生かしてボールに竜巻回転をかけてキーパーの意表をつくというシュートですが、グラビティデザートの領域風圧にかかれば簡単に軌道を外されてしまいます。
決めつけやがって。なんでそんなことがわかる？
それは
運命くんの観察眼は正しいと思います。ここまでの桜崎くん、ライカさん、北洋キーパーの映像を AI に入力しシミュレーションしました。
AI, that's the first time I'm hearing of that.
3%?
3%.
じゃあどうすればいいっていうの？
グラビティデザートを破るためには連携必殺技を生み出しましょう。
連携必殺技？
面白くなってきたべ。
ここが南雲原中か。新たな環境をしっかりチェックしておかないとですね。
ああ、だがせっかく視察に来たんだ。サッカー部でも覗いていくか。
いいですね。行きます。
桜崎先輩の強烈なストレートシュートの力と篠原先輩のボールに強力な回転をつける力、この2つが合わさったシュートは粉塵を巻き上げ敵を撹乱するグラビティデザートの領域風圧を突き破れる技になるんです。名付けて春雷。ではこれより具体的な説明を。
さんですね。あなたのお母さんが怪我をされ病院に運ばれました。今すぐに病院に来ていただけますか？
Our mother's being injured.
どうした梅？
母さんが病院に運ばれたって。
じゃあすぐに行かないと。
うん。とにかく急いで病院に行ってみるしかない。
I'm very curious about that then, but it is time I end now, and if I do that cutscene now, it might likely to a chain that takes a long time to finish. So this will be it for this week. I'm happy to be back, and I'll stream again next week as normal, like back to the usual schedule. Let's find somebody to rate. Thanks, Kira. Thanks, Knight. And we'll end the stream now, so thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week. And have a good night.